All right, guys, I'm going to do deep pours. I think I have enough mix to do this ring holder and this little pyramid. I've never done a pyramid before. I have done a ring holder. So let's give it a little slight spray down there into the point with our alcohol. We don't want air bubbles down in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour some into my ring mold first before I place down my flowers that I want to use. And I'm just going to slowly pour it onto my stick so it gradually goes in there. I want to get it down into the point so far. And then I'm going to stop pouring for a minute. And I'm going to go in with my dotting tool. And I'm just going to kind of punch around there down into the point. And I saw all the bubbles coming up out of there. And that was my main thing to do, is to get rid of those bubbles. We don't want the bubbles down in the point. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour a little bit more in. And I'm going to go, I think, about halfway, maybe a little more, about to there. So I'm right about here. And it gets wider as it goes up. I already have my little piece of greenery and my little blue flowers right here. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of work them down into the resin as best I can, just slowly lowering them down till they get down into the point a little bit. And I'm going to drop a little bit of my baby's breath down in there too. And we're just going to take our little dotting tool once again and just kind of push them down in there a little bit. They're going to release some bubbles. I know that. So I'm going to give it some time to settle in there. So my dotting tool down. And I want to put a little bit of them over here on this side, just so we have a little bit of a mixture of flowers in through. So let's put those down in. And I'm going to try push these ones down in there also. Got to watch those little blue flowers. Are so super, super thin. But there we go. I think they're pretty well placed. I'm going to wipe my dotting tool off, set it aside, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour some more resin just slowly so that we can bring that up towards the top. I'm not going all the way up because I want to put a base color on this. So I'm just going to push these back down in there a little bit. And over time, as it starts to thicken, I'll be able to go ahead and just push them down again and they'll stay. I am popping a few little bubbles that are coming up from the flowers, which I expect. I'm just going to kind of move them around in there a little bit, and that frees up any bubbles that they have going on. And they'll come up to the surface and they'll start to pop. I am going to try and put a little bit of these on this side here. I seem to have kind of shortchanged that little side there some. So we're just going to pop them in. I just want some color of blues throughout. It'll be pretty. So there we go. And I'm leaving, I'm not quite, I'm almost up here to this edge. Right along here is how deep I took it. So I want that to start gelling up. I'm going to let the little air bubbles work their way up from the flowers. Now I did spray this a little bit ago. I'm going to put a light spray there in my pyramid. And again, I'm going to pour just ever so slowly down to the center, just a little bit, maybe half an inch. And again, I'm going to go in with my dotting tool and I want to poke down into that point and make sure that there's no bubble down there in the bottom. The last thing you want is a big air bubble hole at the tip of your pyramid. So there we go. I've dipped in there and broke up any bubbles that are down in the point. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill this up a little bit more. I'm going to go almost to the depth that I want it to be pretty much. Because again, with this one, I'm going to put a different colored base on the bottom of it too, once this has cured and hardened. Now, I already have my flowers clipped and pinned off to the length I need them to be to go down into the pyramid. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to drop these down in gradually if I can get them to go. I'm going to use my tweezers here. They're going to work a little bit better so that I can direct the flowers where I want them. Go. And there are bubbles coming up, and you'll see them coming up out of the flowers. And that's fine. I'm going to actually just kind of give it a little up and down motion here. And that's releasing a lot of them. Unfortunately, my flower stem just busted. And that's going to cause him to float up. So maybe I can jam him down in there a little further. We'll see. Clip these two stems off and set my clip right on top here. And let's hope that they'll stay. Try to get him down in there some. I'm hoping I can jam him in there. I don't know. Okay, that looks good. All right. I am seeing a lot less bubbles now in this one. There are a couple there. And honestly, I'll spray my dotting tool with my isopropyl alcohol, the tip of it, and I just go and barely touch them. If there's a bubble, it will pop it without problems. Got a couple here. We're just going to pop them. And I don't know, this flower may not make it because it doesn't want to stay in there. He doesn't want to stay down in. I could get him to pin between the other two that are clipped. That would be fabulous. I might have gotten him. Okay, we're going to let that go and we're going to let those start curing. I have this little diamond mold and I'm going to pour my deep pour in there because it's a good hefty little deep mold. And I want some glistening diamonds. And as you can see, I did add some iridescent flakes to my resin for this pour. So let's pour this in and we're just going to let it go all the way up to the top and make ourselves a pretty diamond. Just pour slow and steady. And there we go. We've got that diamond poured and we just have to wait for it to also cure. I'll be back. Okay, this was a separate deep pour. What I had done was I poured a small pyramid with some flowers that we have clipped off to hold in place. And I also did a ring mold. I left room on both of these to put a base color. This one was purples and yellows and kind of pink flowers. I want to have a purple background. So I did mix up another small batch of the deep pour and I split it. So I have a purple here and I kind of have a tealish green color to go on my ring mold. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this finally poured, and it will take probably a couple of days to get hard so that we can unmold our first pyramid. I'm going to go ahead and try to overfill that ever so slightly. I'm going to quickly, because I forgot, I'm going to reach in here with my scissors. I can clean them then. I'm cutting these stems off down below the level. I totally forgot, which is fine. But you saw what I did. I'll clean those off with alcohol then, and they should be good. Here's a little piece right here that broke off, like it, and another little piece visible. It's loose. I'm trying to grab it. There we go. Got it. So, and as you can see, I did kind of dome this a little bit because I want it to shrink down, and it will shrink. We have a little bit of purple left. I don't know. We'll see what we have left with the green, and maybe we'll mix it in something. The stems are short enough in here. They don't come to the top, so we're okay there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour in this top level and fill it up. And I think I'm going to have just the right amount. Yep. Perfect. There we go. I couldn't have planned that one any better. Okay. So there's our final back pours. I see another little piece that's floated up here. Grab it out. There we go. I know the one little branch was kind of twiggy with little pieces, but that's okay. We've got it. So there is my pyramid with flowers and my ring mold with flowers. The final back pour is on those. We just have to wait for that deep pour to cure. I still have my little diamond down here. It's firming up. It's not ready. It has another day or so to go. Also, this little ring mold. They're clear with some iridescent flakes in them. I can't wait to see them sparkle and shine. So we'll be back when it's time to remove these from the molds. Thanks. Hi guys. Well, this week I'm being adventurous. I had received some deep pour from Bond Crafter, and I absolutely love this resin. I have never worked with anything so clear, bubble free, cures beautifully. But this is my first time attempting on the deep pours. I do have a large tutorial on how to do a floral butterfly deep pour. It will be out probably by the weekend, I'm hoping. But in the meantime, I decided to be adventurous, and I used some deep pour on some ring molds, a small pyramid, a diamond, and a heart. So in the first one here, I have this ring holder poured. I have some teal greenish colored flowers. I finished it with a teal deep back pour. My pyramid here has in some purple, a little bit of yellow, and some pink flowers, and I chose a purple background. This one, this little ring holder here, has some iridescent flakes in it, and so does the diamond. And I had some leftover purple deep pour, so we added some iridescent flakes to it, and I have it going to cure. So we just have to wait for our deep pour here to get hard. I'm hoping in the next day or so it will be ready, and we will do the unmolding, and I will share that with you. All right, good morning, everybody. Well, this is going to be my first deep pour reveal. I poured all of these on Monday morning. And then Tuesday morning, I poured the back pour on the purple, the teal, and the purple heart. Today is now Thursday, so we've waited long enough. Let's see what we've got. And hopefully I can get these out of here because I know they are buggers to get out. So bear with me as I try to get them off because they don't come easily. That I know. It's not bad once you get it started, but it's not great either. I don't know who invented these molds, but I think they expect us to do physical workouts each day. My goodness gracious. Oh, there we go. Whew. That was rough. Oh my, how beautiful. This is gorgeous. You've got the glitter up at the top and just gradually fades down into it. Oh, phenomenal. The point, perfect. We took care of the air bubble like I showed in the beginning of the tutorial. That one's spectacular. All right, let's check out the diamond, shall we? If I can get this one off. I took one of these off regular resin. Wasn't all the way full the other day, and it was rough. Give me a sec. Gotta get it past. Woo! Popping out. A point. Oh my. Look at our little faceted jewel. How pretty. That's beautiful. Glistening. Clear. There are 0 bubbles in this. None. And that is just fabulous. These two shine like diamonds. Okay. Let's plop them there. I'm going to undo my mold here really fast. I don't want to leave it stressed like that. Okay, let's do the heart. That only makes sense. We'll go to an easy one to get out, right? Oh, gorgeous. Look at that pretty heart. Beautiful. Okay. Which do we do next? Let's do the ring mold. Again, another challenge to get that edge to lift away. It's one more side. There we go. Okay, let's see if I can get this flipped. Oh, jeez. The struggles are real, people. Truly, the struggles are real. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can get this flipped. Okay, here we go. Slowly and gradually get this to come down. Goodness gracious. I want to hold on to it. Whoa, knocking it over and punching things out. Okay, let me get this fixed and flipped. Goodness gracious. What a workout. Okay. Oh, pretty. We've got the crystals up through here at the tippy top. And then we've got all our flowers, our little pine branch going up through, and then our beautiful bottom. How gorgeous. No bubbles. It's clear. That's beautiful. I love it. Okay. Well, we'll see how I did on my first pyramid. Let's get him unmolded. I know I had a little bit of run over on the edge, and I can trim that up with my deburring tool. That's not a problem. I don't even know how I'm going to get this out of here. So give me 1 sec, and I don't have a clue. I really don't. I don't know how to get this out of here because this does not come apart. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to pause this and I'm going to get it out and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm just glad my husband was still home from work. I couldn't do it. So here we go. Here's my first official deep pour pyramid. Oh, it's stunning. No bubbles. We've got the beautiful diamond, the iridescence that I hoped would come up to the top, just like the point on the Luxor. And then we've got all the pretty flowers and the beautiful purple base just pops it. I have a little trimming to do right here where I had overflow and just soften my edge at the bottom. And it's fabulous. Oh, I'm so thrilled. I'm so excited. So here we have it. We've got a couple ring molds. We have our diamond. And we have our heart. And our beautiful pyramid. I couldn't ask for a better turnout. So thank you all for joining me on this tutorial. I hope I explained things well. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Check out my YouTube channel, Glistening Resin by Sandy. I'm also on Facebook with my business page, Glistening Resin by Sandy. And I answer questions on both. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Bye.